thin as death. I've been living on an endless supply of week-old donuts. They were fuel for this crazy furnace inside my head. I couldn't remember when I had last seen the sun. I was on a permanent graveyard shift. When the darkness fell, New York City became something else, any old Sinatra song notwithstanding. Bad things happened in the night, on the streets of that other city, Noir York City.
Welcome back. We just encountered one of the most mind-blowing conspiracy theories that Max has ever dealt with so far. Actually, within the entire series, because the rest of the series didn't do anything conspiracy theory related. It's a really hard thing to say, series, theory. So now we're in the next chapter, where Max has left Cold Steel. Elvis has left the building. He left in a big huge explosion, fireworks and infernos and yada yada. And now he's back into the city. And he says, I felt thin as death. He hasn't been eating well, he's very thin, he's sacrificing himself. There's a religious connotation with this called asceticism, which is in relation to removing the desire of hunger and the illusion that food is making you feel comfortable in order to experience a more spiritual presence. And this is what Max has started to do. He started to become more spiritual, whether or not he wanted to. He says that he's been living on endless supply of week-old donuts, and they were fuel for his crazy furnace in his head. The crazy furnace in his head is the fire, the spiritual part of your body, mind, and spirit. Fire is the fourth element that's close in relation to the sun, close in relation to life itself. It is the higher up element above air, because how it goes is that there's earth at the bottom, then there's water, then there's air, then there's fire. It's like you can't have earth where there's fire. The fire, the highest element, the thing that where the sun is, that's the highest thing you can be, because that's where you have fire. And that's why they also call firmament the thing that separates the fire from the rest of the things. So he says, I couldn't remember when I had last seen the sun. So there is no more sun, there is no more fire outside, but now he has this crazy furnace inside his head. Now the internal is where he sees the light. He sees the light inside, not on the outside. And he was on a permanent graveyard shift, because the whole world around him has become dark. It's become pure chaos through the absurdities. But in his head, he's starting to feel the light and see the light in his head, because that's where the crazy furnace is. So the truth, the enlightenment, everything inside his head, it feels crazy, but in the outside world, that's where the true craziness is. Even though on the inside it feels more crazy, because he understands the world a bit more. So when it says that he has gone into this world without sun, he's saying, the world around me is now a mystery again. I don't recognize it anymore. I can barely see it. And you can see the lights from the skyscraper there. Because when the darkness fell, New York City became something else. Any old Sinatra song notwithstanding. I don't know if he's referring to a specific one, but the only one I know about is Strangers in the Night. And it does kind of relate to Max and Mona. There's strangers in the night. There's some kind of dancing, there's a singing, and there's the hot cha cha. Oh man, and Max Payne 2, when they start to do the whole romance thing, it's gonna be yikes. Oh Jesus Christ! I don't hate it. It's not something I despise. It's just they changed everything of what Max Payne started as to create this new story that I guess they figured they couldn't make the same thing. They couldn't really do the Ragnarok thing again. They couldn't make a new drug or anything. So they're like, alright, we'll just focus on Mona. And now Mona is the focus of all his dreams and yada yada. Well, I don't want to complain about that one. Does bad things happen in the night? Yeah, of course. That's when all the chaos comes out. That's, Max is also kind of trying to say, Sinatra, that bozo, he just romanticized the night. It's not strangers in the night and you love each other and everything's wonderful. It's more like, you go out in the night and everything's horrifying and frightening and threatening, and you can die. The snake's gonna eat you. You're gonna be a monkey on the branch screaming while the snake eats you whole, and all the monkey family screams in shock and terror while watching you be eaten alive. And the last thing they see is your monkey head going into the throat of the snake through your last horrified screams. I'm sorry, just just the image of a monkey being eaten alive is so funny to me. I don't know why the image of a monkey screaming while it's that's harsh. I shouldn't be laughing at a monkey being eaten alive. I'm sorry. Gotta calm down. Whew, okay. Then he says, on the streets of that other city, Noir York City. So, in a strange turn of events, the TV show that he's been seeing, which I don't know if I've seen that much of it. I don't know if I've been missing TVs or something, but we see it once here. And it's like, oh, there's Noir York City, and there's this pink flamingo, and yada yada. And there's also this amusement park where Noir York City is like a ride, and there's like everything's spiraling, and everything's all wacky. That is now his world. This strange, surreal, absurd kind of world has become his world now. Because now when he sees the nighttime, he just sees Noir York City. Noir is black in French. And it's also kind of a way of saying, alright, we removed ourselves from the noir to go to this like tech-noir conspiracy theory direction. We're going to go a little bit back to reality. Oh, there goes gravity, back to reality. So now we're going to go back into a noir element. And this is where the German expressionism and the poetic realism comes back into focus.
I was in an all-night diner, downing cup after cup of coffee that tasted like engine oil, when a new message from BB got me back on the killer track.
What the hell happened at Roscoe Street? Maxie, I'm going out on a limb here. We need to talk this through, come up with a plan. 2:30 a.m., the Choir Communications Garage.
The more I thought about Alex's murder and the frame-up, the more it felt like an inside job. I should have seen it coming. BB had sold me out, and now he wanted to finish what he'd started.
This is great. So he's in a diner. I think it's called Eat. That's the only thing I see on the corner. And he says that the coffee there tastes like engine oil. And then a message comes in from BB. So before he says that he needed fuel for the crazy furnace in his head, and now he's saying that he's drinking what is the same as engine oil. So the only thing that we can kind of come up with is that here Max is starting to apply his own body as some kind of vehicle, some kind of machine. Now he's starting to create this idea that he is he's a cog in the machine. He is what's that word? He is a mechanism, very much like the way that a clock ticks and just keeps on ticking because that's how it does. He's starting to feel like he doesn't really have a choice in the matter. He's lost his ability to feel free will. Before he's like, I wanted to do this. Now he's like, no, I'm kind of just forced to do this. And he kind of like tosses back and forth between the religious and the ethical and the aesthetic. Now he's back into what he feels is a new type of ethical because he's created this new moral standard in relation to the things that have been revealed. And this is how it goes when you're trying to be a knight of faith without being a quick story like Abraham was in the Bible. You constantly toss between these three in a state of confusion, especially in an absurd world like this. And as time goes by, the only thing that really truly matters is how close you get to the religious aspect. Not quite fulfilling it, not quite removing yourself from the others, just trying to get closer into understanding the religious aspect. And in Kierkegaardian nature, it's more like a subjective thing. So however you subjectively feel about the world and everything, that's how your religious path is meant to be. Kierkegaard was what do we call a Christian existentialist. And his whole existentialist idea is based on Christianity. When he gets a message from BB, so far BB is still considered one of his pals. BB is meant to be another partner that he had with Balder. And he says, what the hell happened at Roscoe Street? Maxie, I'm going out on a limb here. We need to talk this through. Come out with a plan. 2:30 a.m. The Choir Communications Garage. So before there was all these posters and everything about Choir Communications, which was like a phone company. And Choir Communications is kind of like saying a way to speak to the angels, a way to speak to a heavenly, or I guess you can just say spiritually, focused symbol. So BB meeting Max at Choir Communications Garage is in the same way of saying BB wants to meet somewhere that Max can get some kind of advice from an angel, but an angel who's in the garage, meaning the parking space, not quite where the angels are, where you can communicate, just kind of near it. It's a false hope. It's trying to say that he has the wisdom, he has the guidance, he has the voice of God, but he's in the garage. And the garage is going to be shown to be a horrible place to be in. And then Max says, the more I thought about Alex's murder and the frame-up, the more I felt like an inside job. And he's like, I feel like if my wife got killed as an inside job, maybe a particular pair of towers were also part of an inside job. No, I was joking about that. Or am I? No, what he's talking about is the murder of his friends. Like, maybe somebody on the inside killed Alex. There should have been some kind of treachery afoot. You know, it makes sense because there was treachery afoot before. And he says, I should have seen it coming. BB has sold me out. And now he wanted to finish what he started. And this is where Max is like, alright, I got it. I know what's going on here. BB is the one who killed Baldur. BB is the one who set me up. BB is the one who put everything on me. And now I'm gonna deal with BB myself. BB doesn't know that I know, but I'm gonna let him know that I know, because I know that if he knows that I know, then I know that he knows, and he knows that I know. You know?
The garage was dead. BB showed up in his tailor-made suit, gold watch, and cufflinks to match, all way beyond a cop's pay.
Maxie.
Oozing suave charm, he was guilty as hell. What the hell does BB stand for anyway? Backstabbing bastard?
Come on, don't be like that. Have a cigar.
I don't smoke.
Maxie, you have no idea how big this is. It's huge. You have no idea.
Look how smug this guy is. He looks like the villain from Happy Gilmore. He's also the villain from Dirty Work. That's a reference I never thought you were going to hear. So he says the garage was dead. The garage, everything around him, dead. They are at Choir Communications, but the garage is dead. Speaking to an angel and speaking to the dead is very, very similar, but the difference is mostly intention and ability. So the dead can speak to you, but maybe you shouldn't be listening to some souls that are dead because they could be evil. Angels are meant to be good, but they're more like order. They're more like a controller of things. And that's why you can have archangels and fallen angels and, well, archangels who are superior, and then you have the fallen angels. So BB could be some type of fallen angel, which is like the flesh of fallen angels, the flesh of demons. So that's the problem with religion in this way. It's hard to tell who's a demon and who's an angel when you don't have much of a moral system to work with. You know, they're just both spiritual essences and you don't know who's who, you know, they look the same without a moral guide. So thankfully Max is aware that now he has a moral compass. He's understood that this moral compass he had before wasn't broken, it was just obscured, it was fogged. And now he's a little bit more aware of things, and that's why Max is like, you are a backstabbing bastard. Well, he's actually not a backstabber, he's a back shooter because he shot Baldur in the back. And also BB has tailor-made suit, gold watch, cufflinks. He's like rich, he's getting money. He's like, he did this for the money, is what I was saying. And he's also very proud of it. He's like, aha, I got money, I got cigars, I got everything I wanted. I did everything by selling myself to the devil to get all these materialistic possessions. So, in another way to look at it, BB is like a Judas who betrayed Jesus Christ in order to get a couple of, I think it was like 2 pieces of silver or something, and that's what his payment was. And then after that he's like, no, I didn't want this, take it back. And he's like, no, you already did your deal, live with it. So he couldn't take it back. That's actually, it was 30 pieces of silver. I was like, oh, that's a good amount of money. It's like, nope, wasn't worth it, dude. But BB is also in relation to Hod, because as you can see, BB doesn't have eyes. He's wearing sunglasses. He's obscured. He's blinded. He's not able to see very well because of these sunglasses. It's not usually done that way in stories, especially during the 90s and 2000s, where sunglasses were just to look cool. But here, he's a stand-in for Hod. Hoarder? I don't know how to do that. I don't know how to do the Norse accent, but Horde, whatever. He was tricked by Loki into shooting mistletoe, and here BB is tricked into killing Baldur by shooting him in the back with a gun. It's also kind of interesting to note that the name Hold is very similar to the word, well, when you translate it, it's something like warrior, but can also be like a slaughter, or like war. So BB here is kind of like the one who causes the war, causes a slaughter. Because slaughter is like when you attack one side and then the other side couldn't like fight back really. And that's very appropriate here, because there was no way for Baldur to fight back against this guy. He was just shot in the back.
I think I do. You're a bribe-taking bent cop who sold out his partner. Those mobsters in the subway were a dead giveaway. Hard to miss. Bet it was exactly like this with Alex. Up close and personal.
You can't win this one, Max.
No, but I can make damn sure none of you do either.
Alright, so this is intense. And I love the way that his fingers are like bent weird. And then Max's face looks so great in the middle panel. Man, the actor was great. I don't know who did the face, but that guy's awesome. So he says, I think you do. You're a bribe-taking bent cop who sold out his partner. Those mobsters in the subway were a dead giveaway. Hard to miss. So he's saying hard to miss in many ways. He's saying that it's hard to miss them because he shot them so easily, but it's also hard to miss that somebody told the mobsters in the subway to get them. The mobsters were there for a reason, not just for the bank robbery. The mobsters were there to kill Alex and Mac. So these two guys were being threatened by these mobsters, and it was all done as a big job to get rid of Max and Alec in a kind of reach around way by using mobsters who are already criminals to hide the fact that BB is in charge of the whole ordeal. And Max says, I bet it was like this with Alex, up close and personal. Like BB was really close and BB took it personal. He was like, I just hate these people. I hate... So Max thinks that the whole killing of Balder was a personal thing rather than an accidental thing. You know, maybe he was jealous, maybe he was angry at Balder, maybe he was in some way like thinking that Balder was evil while BB's morals were all warped up, but you just don't kill somebody like that in cold blood without making it personal, you know? He's like, you can't win this one, Max. So he's just saying, like, you can't get out of here alive. No, but I'm gonna make sure that none of you get out of here alive either. And so Max is now like, I can sacrifice myself just to make sure that the right thing is done, and I don't mind dying in the process. Whether or not he does die, it's not the point. It's like he doesn't mind dying to do something that's right. This is a more moral, religious idea.
BB turned out to be another cardboard cutout bad guy.
There's Valkyrie in the background. If you forgot about that from before.
Short round, step on it. Okay, Dr. Jones, hold on to your potato.
A bad cop on the take. A cowardly right-hand man fleeing from the scene, leaving his paid thugs to do his dirty work.
Right-hand man. I guess he was saying BB was working directly for Nicole Horn, getting corrupt corporate money to buy his Apple Watch or whatever.
If only could drive one of these cars. Chase them down like that.
Turns into Twisted Metal.
Alright, so I am trapped here with... Oh, I have a good amount of guns.
Is it just me, or is the nighttime skybox from the PS2 era downright beautiful? When I look at this, I think of Twisted Metal Black when you're in that giant garage level. I think it was called Downtown. I'm talking downtown. Downtown, where the food is slop. Downtown, where you suck some cock in the snow. I'm sorry, I can't sing like Audrey.
Oh my god. I ran out of Colt ammo. Maybe I can use a shotgun? And that better shotgun comes out later. We're gonna get a jackhammer. And boy is that gun awesome. I really miss awesome shotguns. They don't use them anymore in games, do they? Probably in what's that game called? The game the youngins play, Fortnite or something.
Is it too much to ask for automatic shotguns that feel powerful? I feel like the only good shotgun sounds now are from Doom.
Oh, the tire screeching in the background. What is this? Double donuts? What does this say? Dante what? Dante Electronics. Oh, Dante Electronics. Holy crap, that's hard to see. How are we supposed to see this with like CCTV monitors in the old days?
Make yourself, fool! Oh shit, it's Wayne Brady, son!
Person comes back to the car and it's all smoldering. They're like Mr. Krabs with their eyes closed. Ow! My leg! This cover is pathetic. Max has his ears sticking out from the sides.
Alright. Those guys are killed. Look at those tire marks. How did they get such a straight tire mark? That's weird.
And why are there like 6 tire marks? What were they driving, an octopus?
You're breaking my immersion game. Should be tire marks around the corner, not the, like... This is the game of going painkiller by painkiller. I might as well use these two.
I probably say this every video, but health bars are superior to regeneration.
Oh, Indiana Jones there?
Yes, this is Indiana Jones. How may I help you, good citizen? I don't know. I didn't think I would get this far.
Oh! You inbred bastard. You don't remember spill my beer.
That's an obscure reference to something nobody's ever heard of. T-bones, alcohol, and ammo.
Oh crap. Just imagine working here and having to deal with this nonsense. Oh no, I'm late for work to acquire corporation, whatever it's acquire communication.
Also, it's the middle of the night. Why are people working here so late? Yep, on my way to work at 3 a.m. ready to handle all those late night phone sex hotlines. Making sure they're working.
Got him. Oh wow, one moment where I can use a sniper rifle. And it happens to be in the goddamn parking garage.
Now that I think of it, we had a rooftop level and no sniper rifle. Maybe they can have two types in the remake, bolt action and semi. I just hope they don't do this Call of Duty nonsense where we can only hold two guns. Who started that? Halo? Pretty much every game before that trend had the whole arsenal in your inventory, and we were like... And we like that kind of thing. Good work ethic. They're throwing cocktails and blowing up cars. Imagine if this was a boss battle. How cool would that be? A little health bar and more random cars coming in as flying hazards. I heard a pew pew. Where'd that come from? You walk around on two legs, Homo erectus. Did I say homo? I didn't mean
PlayStation
that!
part of the game is just all commando stuff. There's no other gun to use. Well, I'm gonna use pistols.
I guess I could try this as a challenge. Pistols only. But I would run out of ammo in like the last few levels. I saw a dude try it and he ran out of ammo in like the bank vault. Look, it's John Benjamin's van.
I wonder how many of their own guys are killing. In the chaotic way out of here. Like blowing up a million cars on their way out. So ER, repair and service, 555 lift. Going up. I guess going up means that like you're leveling up. Like you're being enhanced by the weapons that are inside. It's a weird thing. I never really understood like why guns are in these kinds of things.
I know I keep saying Resident Evil, but this van looks like the one in Resident Evil 2, right? The one in the alleyway? Maybe these vans are tied to the mob, like the cleaners in the second game. Hey Lois, remember when games just a guide to playa? With the environment instead of the stupid arrows all over the screen?
Valkyrie, oh that's a good one. Valkyrie with an up arrow. Exit only. Oh, this is the way. Although, speaking of breaking immersion, how did Max get to the top anyway?
It always feels like Max has some old jalopy that he drives around, like Columbo's car. And it's like Columbo's wife where we never see it. Judo flip! They locked the gate, and they drove through the barriers.
That should unlock the gate so I can walk it through.
Wait, there's a car and a van? What? Huh? What? Huh? Which one of you guys is the real backstabbing bastard? Ah, he shot me. I feel like I jump into bullets more than I jump away from them. Should I just not use the powers or what? What's the point of brain juice if I get shot every fucking time I use it? Holy fish paste, it's a guy! Holy crap, they keep coming. This is like that Mad TV skit where the guy keeps choking people walking through the door. What, did you all come on a bus? Uh-oh, I activated reinforcements. That hit me? What is the range on these grenades? I'm like a whole room away from this explosion. I call bullshit. When I throw them, the enemy has to have it like under their balls to do anything, but then they throw them and it's like fragments are sniper rounds hitting me from the rooftop and I'm almost dead. Ammo, that's good, but I need... Yes! Jackpot! Hallelujah!
I'm dreaming of a white woman, just like the one I used to know. This is like that movie, Cobra, right? Is that the one? With what's his face and the other guy?
Let's check the weather.
Reports of a fire at the Punchinello Manor in Westchester. The manor is the home of Angelo Punchinello, the alleged head of the Punchinello crime family. The police are now saying, contrary to their earlier statements, that Max Payne is still alive and at large. He continues his vendetta against the Mafia, of which this last act of arson is attributed to.
I had no recollection of setting any fires, but I did remember the flames.
So remember back when I said Surtur from Norse mythology is the guy who bursts everything into flames and then everything turns to ash? Now we have the Puccinello Manor on fire. So all the evidence that there was ever something going on, that Nicole Horn and stuff like that were there. The manor's on fire, they burn it down, they turn it to ash, it's erased. And Max says, I don't remember setting any fires, but I do remember the flames. And what he's saying is that there were flames, especially in his head, especially in his nightmare while he was at the manor, but there were no flames physically until later when he already left. So now all the past is being erased. Now this new life, this new existence is being created in real time. So this is the moment where the past is starting to slowly be erased. And think of him like running through a tunnel and there's like a bunch of explosions and flames when there's like a self-destruct sequence going on. Like in earlier when there was the cold steel factory. The reason for the explosions and the self-destruction in a lot of these media type things where there's a self-destruct button and then the whole thing blows up is to remove any evidence that it ever happened. Because if there is evidence, then people are going to find out what's going on and then the truth is revealed. The truth of the past. The entire concept is that there is no past because Surtur has removed it. During the Ragnarok, the end of one story becomes a new story, where the past didn't really matter. And that's how serials work, and that's how a noir story works. The past is gone, this new story is what matters, and even then, once this new story is over, that gets erased too, and then there becomes a new story and a new story. And that does kind of fit how people transition from childhood to, I forgot the fancy word for teenager, but they go from childhood to teenager to adult. That's how the whole thing works. You remove one to become the next. You remove that one to become the next one. And mythologies try to put into pairs of three where there's the child, and then there's like the father, and then there's a spirit. So you go from not knowing anything to knowing something to knowing everything. And Max doesn't really hit that knowing everything yet because he's stuck in a cycle. And that's what Norse mythology is about with Ragnarok. The cycle of the world is one thing gets destroyed, the next one gets renewed, and then it happens over and over again. It just explains how the whole thing processes, not what should be processed. And that's what people get wrong with a lot of pre-modernist concepts, is that it's not about what should happen, it's about what happens. It's an explanation. I'm going to give you a little bit of inside baseball, but I've been playing Alan Wake while playing this one as well. And I forgot how good Alan Wake is, but also how kind of, not useless the story is, but what would you say, uneventful in comparison it is to Max Payne. It's not bad, it's just that it's not the same kind of story. Completely different intentions.
Pretty cool that they made a mechanic for flashlights though. It's like having to wait in fatal frame for the camera to focus. Makes it like camping. It's intense. Everyone here has a shotgun or an Ingram, no commandos or jackhammers yet. Oh, here's one.
Looks like BB had a woman driving. And that's when it comes from the Greg Redfield. Sexist would say.
What's that slutty chick from Gutfield? Kate Tiff? Yeah, I'm sure her blowjobs are better than normal vagina sex. Because that way you don't have to hear her talk.
I'm gonna use this. And be very careful!
Just kidding, gamer. I wasn't gonna use a grenade launcher at point blank range. That would be silly.
Where'd that come from?
This place is weird because you can use a grenade launcher, shotgun, Colt, sniper rifle, pretty much the longest and the shortest range at the same time.
The shotgun can go really far. I love old-fashioned mechanics of shotguns. I love old-fashioned shotgun mechanics where you can just shoot across the whole map and it still hits. Love and hate, I guess.
That's the benefit of such an open area. It's like a street level, but with a roof. It's a double-edged sword because they can do the same. Let's use a different gun. Ah, he followed me. Oh, my ear. He turned me into Van Gogh. I'm stuck here. These guys keep coming one by one. It's annoying, but it's better than looking for them. Max hobbling around like Jack in The Shining, getting lost and frozen. Max is kneeling in the middle of the parking garage, his face making that stupid grimace. I'm not gonna hurt you, Nicole Horn. I'm just gonna bash your brains in. Bash them right the fuck in. I remember a guy comes from behind this van. Or it might be Mandela'd. So they're not on the Bing bus. They must be in that black car. Listen, it's dark, okay? They're both black. Could happen to anyone. Wow, he's so far I can't even hear his shots. This game has some great audio mixing, despite the PC version missing the audio files. It's like that game Black, where they intentionally made the guns and explosions synchronized to sound like music. Oh yeah, that one had a great shotgun sound. Sucks that game was so short. They should have made a sequel. Did I get hit? This is like the only mission where I'm walking around in neck level health. Health, health, health. Where is health? Health, health. Is this level almost over? I've seen this exit only sign like 10 times now. They should make an elevator or something. I should have met him at the bottom of the garage. Actually, why not just shoot BB right there? Snipe him from the roof? Use your brain, stupid. Use the 1 million sniper ammo that I have. Oh yeah, this is the last part. I remember now. See that gate? Dead giveaway. Oh no, I'm almost dead.
There's the jackhammer. There it is. Oh no, I'm locked in. I'm not locked in here with you. You're locked in here with me.
Let's try to kill them before they get a shot off. Uh-oh, they're using my own tactics against me. No pills, no guns that I need, no enemies at least. Why is this part blocked off? Are they forcing me into one of those activated events on the other side? One more bullet and I'm done for. Stick a fork in my ass because I'm done. Wait, did BB have a jackhammer or is this some random guy? This part's confusing. Is BB still driving? Are they blowing themselves up? What's going on? What is going on?
Come out, wherever you are. You know, I really hate people.
Is he taunting me? Looks like he's running away and going, come out, whatever you are.
No, I must do the right thing.
He's taunting Max and his morals. I love that.
I blame you.
Where the hell is he?
Guy, you really can be stupid at times.
Aha! My detective skills work. Whoa, he died pretty fast. Why did Rico Muerte take like 1 million bullets and BB took like half a mag?
The payphone started to ring.
Payphone? The telephone? Oh, it has its own kind of ammo. Shit. Well, be damned.
Tell this fiscal you to get off the phone!
Yeah,
Max Payne,
whatever does it for you.
this is Alfred Woden. I can give you the name of your enemy. Come to the Asgard building presently. We are expecting you.
Sorry for the cutoff of the dial tone, but Max gets a call. Always getting a call from somebody called Alfred Woden, who's supposed to be Odin, the god of wisdom and magic and such, the Gandalf of the whole thing, the wise Skyfather of everything. And he's always calling him on choir communications, because he's like an angel talking to him. A guardian angel, if you want to say such a thing. And Max is like, alright, my name doesn't really matter. Whatever you want, whatever does it for you. And Alfred Weldon tells him that I can give you the name of your enemy. A name is very powerful. And this is what Max is saying, where he says, whatever does it for you. If you say the word Max Payne as his name, and he goes, that's my only name, then you're giving power to the enemy. And Max doesn't know who this guy is. He can't really trust him. So he's like, the name doesn't matter to me, but it matters to somebody like Nicole Horn and the name of the company, the Iser Corporation. And so Woden tells him to go to the Asgard building. Wherever the Asgard building is, doesn't really matter. Asgard is the home of the gods, specifically the Iser. Not the Vanir, the Iser. So the Asgard building is the building where the gods are. And Alfred should have had some right-hand men, like, take care of things as well. Somebody named Thor and somebody named, and maybe Baldur should have been involved with the whole thing. That would have worked very well. Like, Baldur gets killed and it's like, look, Baldur was with a secret society that is part of the Asgard building. And then Max would have been like, whoa, my friend was like kind of like a super spy or something. That would have been amazing, because then Baldur would be connected to Woden. And probably somebody named Thor, and maybe... Actually, I don't know if he is. We'll find out really soon if that's the case. But if they want to make the remake very well done, they would focus more on the Norse mythology and how it connects, rather than remove themselves from such. But they can't do that if they want to be postmodernist, so they would want to remove the symbolism of the Norse mythology, and they would want to subvert everything to trick you. They don't want a consistency, they want what is quote-unquote original, and that's the flaw in something like postmodernism when dealing with a story like this, because this is a modernist story. It's trying to go towards the truth by building up more on pre-modernism rather than rejecting it completely. And something like the Asgard building is perfect for a story like this because it fits. It's there. It's not trying to change anything. It's trying to fit it all together in the mythology, but also add more on top of that with modernism. So a part like this is beautiful in this particular way. The way that this game did it is wonderful. All I think of is that maybe they could have honed it a little bit further, make it a little bit more important, add more of that in the second game, but they didn't. And that's the flaw of the second game. And that's the end of that chapter.